Hello, today's Bible English. Abandon, affair, assume, abandon, very, desert, famine, free, foreigner, grain, identity, misery, flood, realize, relative, rescue, revere, throne. So I'm finished my word test. I'm just missed one word. Revere. I didn't know the meaning of the revere. I think this one is 드러나다, but this is 밝히다. So I a little bit confusing. That's why I missed this one word. And I'm gonna read the Act 7. So governor over 11 verse. But a famine came upon Egypt and Canaan. There was great misery for our ancestors. They ran out of food. Jacob heard that there was still grain in Egypt, so he sent his son to buy some. The second time they went, Joseph revealed his identity to his brother, and they were introduced to Pharaoh. Then Joseph sent for his father Jacob, and all his relatives come to Egypt, 75 persons in all. So Jacob went to Egypt. He died there, as did his son. All of them were taken to Shechem and buried in the tomb Abraham had brought from the son of Hamor and Shechem. As the time drew near when God would fulfill his promise to Abraham, the number of our people in Egypt greatly increased. But then a new king came to the throne of Egypt who knew nothing about Joseph. The king plotted against our people and forced parents to abandon their newborn babies so they would die. At that time, Moses was born a beautiful child in God's eye. His parents cared for him at home for 3 months. When at last they had abandoned him, Pharaoh's daughter found him and raised him as her own son. Moses was taught all the wisdom of the Egyptian, and he became mighty in both speech and action. One day, when he was 40 years old, he decided to visit his relative, the people of Israel. During this visit, he saw an Egyptian mistreating a man of Israel. So Moses came to his defense and avenged him, killing the Egyptian. Moses assumed his brothers would realize that God had sent him to rescue them, but he didn't. The next day, he visited them again and saw 2 men of Israel fighting. He tried to be a peacemaker. Man, he said, you are brother. Why are you hurting each other? But the man in the wrong pushed Moses aside and told him to mind his own business. Who made you a ruler and judge over us? He asked. Are you going to kill me as you killed that Egyptian yesterday? When Moses heard that, he fled the country and lived as foreigners in the land of the Midian, where his 2 sons were born. 40 years later, in the desert near Mount Sinai, an angel appeared to Moses in the flame of a burning bush. This story is so exciting, but according to the story, I can realize God guards our whole life. So if we trust in God, we have to have a rest in our life because God has a plan for us. His plan is perfect, and then He guides us to the bright way. So we can have a peace, heart, and mind.